Previously, we uncovered the long-dead mystery of the Rosetta Stone, unlocked the genius of the Antikythera mechanism, and revealed the fragile truth behind King Tut's golden mask. If you think those were the most unbelievable mysteries of all, wait till the end before you decide. Let's uncover the next 10 most shocking historical mysteries from ancient times that will leave you questioning the very existence of this world. Number 11. The true fate of the Romanovs. For nearly a century, the fate of Russia's last royal family was one of history's most haunting enigmas. In July 1918, the soldiers took Tsar Nicholas II, his wife, and their 5 children, including the young and last Grand Duchess Anastasia, into a dim basement. It was to martyr them. Shots rang out, chaos followed, and the family vanished from history. Initially, it was all kept a secret, and the government said the royal family had been moved to a more secure place. Truth revealed after a decade, but the remains. They were yet to be found with thousands of secrets. For decades, rumors swirled. Had Anastasia escaped that night of terror? But in the late 20th century, the earth itself revealed the truth. A shallow, unmarked grave was uncovered near Yekaterinburg, containing the skeletal remains of most of the family. You think that's all? It's not. Forensic evidence uncovered that the execution was brutal beyond belief. Bayonets, gunfire, and even acid were used to destroy evidence. In 2007, the archaeologists found the remains of the last 2 children, ending the mystery for good. The fairy tale dream of a hidden princess wasn't just shattered, it was buried forever in Russian soil. Number 12. The true cause of Napoleon's death. For generations, whispers of conspiracy surrounded the death of Napoleon, the legend. Exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in 1815, many believed that he had been slowly poisoned by his British captors. But was that the true cause of his death? Not quite. When modern forensic science revisited the preserved hair samples, the truth took a shocking turn. The arsenic levels matched what was commonly found in the environment of the time, even in dyes, wallpapers, and medicines. It turned out that Napoleon had aggressive stomach cancer, eating away at him in his final months. His end wasn't a cunning plot, but nature's slow, merciless execution. Number 13. The Mary Celeste. In December 1872, sailors stumbled upon a ghostly sight in the long-lost silence of the Atlantic Ocean. The Mary Celeste, a merchant ship drifting aimlessly with no crew on board. The catch? The ship was fully stocked with food, water, and cargo, and showed no signs of struggle or violence. For more than a century, wild theories ran rampant, like attacks by pirates, mutiny, sea monsters, or even a supernatural curse. But modern investigations point toward a much more human and tragic explanation. The cargo included barrels of industrial alcohol, and researchers believe that rough seas may have caused some barrels to leak, releasing explosive fumes. Fearing a sudden blast, the captain may have ordered everyone into the lifeboat, expecting to return once it was safe. But strong winds or rough waves likely carried them away, leaving the Mary Celeste to drift silently, and sealing the crew's fate forever. Number 14. The lost colony of Roanoke. In the late 1500s, an entire English settlement on Roanoke Island disappeared without a fight, a struggle, or even a body left behind. The only clue carved into a wooden post was a single word: Croatoan. Over the centuries, speculation turned fantastical, from alien abductions to mass slaughter by rival colonists. But there were 0 clues. But modern archaeological digs and historical records paint a different picture. Evidence suggests the settlers split into smaller groups after the supplies ran low, some seeking refuge with friendly Native American tribes, such as the Croatoan. That word written on wood was a clue for the next tribes to know where the settlement went. While their disappearance may not be supernatural, the fate of those settlers still carries an air of quiet melancholy. Number 15. The Skeletons of Rupkund Lake. High in the snowy peaks of the Himalayas, Rupkund Lake holds a haunting sight. Imagine this: hundreds of human skeletons scattered along its frozen edges. Locals have passed down chilling legends of a cursed king and divine punishment. But was that the truth? When scientists finally studied the remains, they made an unexpected discovery. The skeletons belonged to different groups of people, separated by centuries. Evidence points to less horrible causes of their deaths: a sudden massive hailstorm with ice stones as big as cricket balls. These unfortunate travelers, likely pilgrims, were caught in the open with no shelter. Number 16. The disappearance of Dorothy Arnold. December is a month of secrets, deaths, and whatnot. This historical mystery is a living example. In December 1910, a young wealthy socialite, Dorothy Arnold, vanished into thin air. She left her family's mansion for a walk down Fifth Avenue, dressed elegantly, and was later seen buying a book. Then, nothing. No ransom note, no sightings, no body. Her powerful family, desperate to avoid scandal, secretly searched for her for months before going public. Theories swirled, pointing towards suicide over failed literary dreams, a secret lover, even abduction. Some whispered she was murdered and buried somewhere. Others claimed she fled to start a new life abroad. But later accounts hinted at a darker hidden truth, that she died during a botched abortion, and her powerful family buried the scandal along with her name. Number 17. The death of Christopher Marlowe. On May 30th, 1593, Christopher Marlowe, the brilliant, scandalous playwright and Shakespeare's famous rival, was found dead with a knife through his eye. Who did that? And why? Nobody knew. Officially, it was called a tavern brawl over a bill. But nothing about Marlowe's life or death was ordinary. He was accused of blasphemy, rumored to be a spy for Queen Elizabeth, and whispered to have dangerous knowledge that could topple powerful men. On the day of his death, he met with 3 men, all with ties to England's Secret Service in a small house in Deptford. By nightfall, he was dead, and the Crown quickly ruled it self-defense. Was it a drunken fight, or a calculated assassination to silence a man who knew too much? Over 400 years later, historians still argue. Number 18. The Lindbergh baby kidnapping. March 1st, 1932, marked the deadliest day for the nation's golden family, which was shattered in a single night. Charles Lindbergh, the heroic aviator who had conquered the Atlantic, and his wife Anne were at home in their secluded New Jersey estate when a nightmare unfolded. Their 20-month-old son, Charles Jr., was stolen from his nursery. A crude wooden ladder left propped against the window, muddy footprints on the floor, and a chilling ransom note demanding $50,000. For weeks, the world watched in horror as the Lindberghs pleaded for their baby's safe return. They paid money, kept their promises, but hope was crushed when, months later, the tiny body of Charles Jr. was found in the woods. His skull had been fractured. The trial of Bruno Richard Hauptmann gripped America, but even his execution left lingering doubts. Was he the true culprit, or just a scapegoat in one of the darkest crimes of the century? We never know. Number 19. The mystery of Agatha Christie's disappearance. In December 1926, the Queen of Crime became the subject of her own real-life mystery. Agatha Christie vanished without a trace, leaving her car abandoned near a lake, sparking one of Britain's largest ever manhunts. For 11 tense days, police, journalists, and even fellow writers searched for her, fearing the worst. When she was finally found, she was staying at a luxury hotel under a false name, seemingly unaware of the chaos she'd caused. She claimed to have no memory of the events. Modern psychologists now believe Christie suffered a rare stress-induced fugue state, triggered by intense personal and marital turmoil. It wasn't a plot twist from one of her novels. It was her mind's way of escaping reality. Number 20. The WOW signal. On August 15, 1977, an Ohio State University astronomer spotted something extraordinary while scanning the skies for extraterrestrial life. A sharp, powerful radio signal blasted in from deep space, so remarkable that he circled it on the printout and wrote "Wow" in the margin. For decades, it was the strongest evidence that we might not be alone, igniting both scientific and science fiction imaginations. It signaled the existence of aliens and that they want to communicate something. But years later, the truth was uncovered. A comet had passed through the region, releasing hydrogen gas that emitted radio waves almost identical to an artificial signal. The mystery wasn't alien contact, it was just a cosmic coincidence. If these mysteries sent shivers down your spine, you might not be ready for the next 10 mysteries that have kept the researchers traumatized for centuries. Stay tuned. Do you know of any other mystery that needs to be solved? Share with us in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching it, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.